So just Iowa, obviously, you've met them before. They're pretty consistent in terms of being a pretty high-scoring team. They're going to shoot a lot of threes and things like that. What do you guys have to do to kind of be as successful against them as you want?
Yeah, just adjust, go from game to game. The Big Ten's not about beating your rivals or winning at home. It's about being able to go on the road and beat whoever. So just being able to go on the road, adjust to the scouting report, and do what we do.
I don't know how this applies to you, but them not having Freeman, just how important it is rebounding.
Rebounding is huge. It's huge every game. And Coach says sometimes you fix it, and then you just got to keep fixing it. But, it's not going to be the same thing every night. So just doing our job, boxing out and going and getting it. And then ultimately that'll lead to a transition for us, so making sure we're focusing on it.
From your vantage point, we had a lot of conversations early in this season, needed better communication, needed to get up more for games. Just how has this team improved so much mid-season?
Yeah, it's been the difference for us. It's why we kind of went on a little run and why we've been able to be at the top of the Big Ten. It's our communication focus every night, and I think we've done a great job adjusting to each scouting report. So just continuing to do that no matter who we're playing.
Matt mentioned last week how you and him have basketball conversations. He trusts you in on it. What are those conversations like?
Yeah, they're about everything. About our team, other teams, what we need to do. But ultimately, it's what can we do to win the game. And I think that's what's been so good about playing for him is he's a guy you can talk to. He's not a dictator. He's a guy that'll listen to you and adjust. And ultimately, when you go out there and play every night and you play to win, he's going to put trust into you.
What does that trust that he puts into you mean, just from a player and person standpoint? It
gives me confidence, especially to talk to the other guys. And when you're asked to be a leader and you're asked to help your team win games, trust goes a long way. And I got to trust them, they got to trust me. So just continue to improve that night in and night out.
How much more comfortable do you see CJ and Jakari right now in terms of where they were back in November to where they are now?
Yeah, I thought the other night just proved how comfortable they are. Going into a rivalry game, your first one, it's not the easiest. Me and Braden lost our first two our freshman year. So for them to go out there and do their job, pick up full court, Jakari knocking down big shots for us, it was huge. So credit to them, and now I'm just going to keep pushing them to keep doing it every night.
You guys in a better place now against full court pressure than you would have been back in November because they seem a little more confident. Iowa, I assume, will try their three-quarter court stuff against you guys.
Yeah, I'd just say they're more confident all around, offensively, defensively, and when you got guys that can handle it and defend full court, pushing them to go out there and do it their hardest ability every night to help the team win.
The last couple of years, teams that wanted to win a Big Ten championship had to try to make up a lot of ground on you guys getting towards this time of the year. And teams that wanted a number one seed were having the hope that you guys faltered or they made a big jump. This year, you guys are more chasing those things. They're still attainable, but how does the vibe change at all as you get into February this year?
I don't think it changes. It's staying consistent, showing up every day and doing your job. Whether Michigan State has one loss or no losses or whoever else around us we got to go out and win every night. So that's what we're focused on doing, and we're focusing on us. The rest will fall into place.
You could find yourself looking at the standings or checking on Michigan State more than you might have in other years?
It's my job. Help the team win the Big Ten. So, I watch all the Big Ten games. I watch a lot of college games, but ultimately it's making sure we're ready to go come Tuesday night.
We have a player on the team who's as flexible and valuable as Cam Heide and can do a lot of different things. How much does that benefit the team as a whole where you can put him on fours and put him on threes? He's clearly athletic enough to dunk, can shoot threes, kind of just has a whole tool bag.
Yeah, Cam's been great, and he hasn't even shot it as well as he hoped to and as well as we know he can. So just keep making sure his confidence is still high. We know what he can do. He can guard 1 through 4, sometimes even 5 if they're small. So I'm just pushing him to really make sure he knows he's going to help this team go far.
Did you see him lose confidence at all when he was starting and then had that taken away for CJ and Caleb being inserted in?
I'd say anytime something like that happens, it puts us back a step, but he's still putting in the same amount of work. I see him in the gym every day getting shots up, so I know he's going to be ready, and I'm going to keep telling him he's going to make the next one.
Physically, mentally, it's this last month an even higher grind than what you guys have had to go through already this season, especially for like the freshmen.
I'd say I wouldn't say it's tougher or anything. I'd just say it's you gotta be consistent. You gotta do what you gotta do. Good game, bad game, you gotta get the same shots up. Just showing up every day with that goal in mind. You're here to win the Big Ten.
How are you making that decision real time on whether to drive against closeout or shoot? It looks sometimes like you are sprinting into your catches, like you're wanting to drive?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with my feet. If I got my feet ready to shoot the ball, I'm gonna see how close he is and determine if I can get the shot off. And then kind of on his angle, if I can catch it on the run and go by him. It's something I put a lot of work into in the off season. A lot of NBA guys kind of do that, catching it kind of already with your momentum going towards the rim. So being able to play out of closeouts has been a good main focus of mine.
How much does that process start during the scout for you guys? Like are you paying attention to who might be on you and how they handle this?
Yeah, it starts immediately. When you're watching Big Ten games, you see kind of where guys get shots, where shooters kind of play in that game. So being able to see if it'll be a lot of closeouts or a lot of down screens, or if it's man-to-man or if they're switching a lot. You see how you're going to get shots. And going into each game, now that I'm a junior, I've been able to kind of see that.
Are teams trying to take away the three-pointer even more as the season's gone on?
I mean, yeah, I'd say so. We're a good three-point shooting team, so you got to do something to try and beat us. And when you got a guy that's so good with the ball like Braden, and we can win in a lot of different ways, and we've proven that. So just being able to adjust whatever teams take away and go and do the other thing.
What did you think of the Luka trade?
I woke up and thought it was April Fool's Day, but I thought that was pretty crazy. It'll be interesting.